Welcome to the Installing the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager video. This video is the second in a series of 3. In the first video, preparing your server for the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager installation, you learned how to run sym-help to ensure that your server met the installation prerequisites, register your serial number, and download the SEP installation files. In this video, you learn how to install and configure the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager, also known as the SEPM. In the first video, Angela, the Symantec consultant for Solucell, guided you through the steps to prepare your server for installation. In this video, Angela guides you through installing the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager, activating your license, and creating groups. This slide describes the proposed SEP environment for Solucell, a small company with less than 100 clients. Angela is now ready to guide you through the SEPM installation. To begin the installation, navigate to the SEP Install Files folder. Open the SEPM folder and double-click Setup. Note, when installing the SEPM, you may be prompted with an Open File Security warning message. Click Run to begin the installation. The installation wizard begins. The first step in the installation is to install the management server and console, which is also known as the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager, or SEPM. After this first phase, you are prompted to configure the management server and create the database. Click Next to continue. Next, accept the license agreement and click Next. By default, the SEPM is installed in the path shown here. You can click Change to change the installation path. The installation requirements are shown here. Click Next to determine if your server meets the installation requirements. If the server does not meet the requirements, a message is displayed that instructs you to click Cancel. However, we see here that the server does meet the requirements. Click Install to continue. The SEPM is being installed. It may take a few minutes. After the SEPM is installed, you are taken to the next phase to configure the SEPM. Click Next to continue. Because this is a new installation for Solucell, Angela disables Use a recovery file to restore communication option, and then selects the default configuration. Click Next to continue. On this page, type the company name and the password for the admin account. If you have an email account for the admin, type the email address. System notifications and password reset requests are sent to this account. Note, if you do not have an email server configured, you may configure the email server and add this information after the SEPM installation. Solucell's SEP licenses are not managed by a partner, so these fields are left blank. To continue, click Next. Because Solucell has an email server configured, type the sender email address, username and password, and then click Next to continue. Note, if an email server is not configured, you do not receive SEPM notifications and you are not able to perform password reset requests. However, notifications are shown in the SEPM console. Run Live Update during installation is optional. Angela has decided to run Live Update during the installation to ensure that the SEPM has the most current definitions to detect threats. Note, this can take some time, but does not begin until after you complete the next pages. To continue, click Next. Symantec collects anonymized data to help improve the Symantec endpoint protection software functionality. To submit Solucel's anonymized data, click Next. Note that the password for the SEPM is also the password for the embedded database. The encryption password is used during a disaster recovery. You may print this page or copy the page to the clipboard and save the file for future reference. Select Copy to Clipboard. Also note that you may click the Back button to change any of these settings. For now, click Next to continue. The database is created and initialized. This may take a while. When complete, click Next to continue. Because you enabled the Run Live Update option, definitions are downloaded. This also takes some time. Click Finish to launch the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager. On the SEPM Logon page, type in admin and the password that you entered during installation. Click Log On to launch the SEPM console. The Welcome to the Symantec Endpoint Protection page is displayed. From this page you can perform many tasks, such as deploying the Symantec Endpoint Protection clients. Note, if you do not want this page to display each time you log on, you can enable the Do Not Show This Page Again option. You can redisplay this page from the SEPM Help menu at any time. To activate your product license, below License Status, click Activate Your Product. Note that I have a Symantec license file, the .slf option. This is a file that contains one or more license keys and is used to activate one or more features of a Symantec product. You must use the License Activation Wizard to activate these types of licenses. Because Solucel has a serial number, ensure that I have a serial number is selected and click Next. Type the license number and click Submit. The number of seats and expiration date are shown. Click Next and finish to exit the License Activation Wizard. Select the Home page to add client groups. Before deploying Symantec Endpoint Protection Client software, Angela has recommended that you create client groups to better manage your clients. These client groups are servers, desktops, laptops. If you do not create groups, your clients are assigned to the default group. To create these groups, select Add a Group. type the group name and description, and click OK. Repeat the process to create desktops and laptops client groups. The 3 groups are created. Select Log Off to exit the SEPM. In this video, you installed Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager, activated your serial number, and created groups. In the next video, deploying clients using the Client Deployment Wizard, you deploy client software to the Solucell clients. For more information on installing Symantec Endpoint Manager, refer to the links shown in the slide. If you want to search and be part of Symantec Connect, we have an active community. Both partners and Symantec staff monitor the forums. So if you have questions, it's another way of finding answers and collaborating with your peers. As shown in the slide, if you want to learn more on how to administer and maintain Symantec Endpoint Protection, visit our education website. Thank you for viewing this video.